360 Sports Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the 360 Sports Podcast show. Please feel free to hit the subscribe button and share. Now, enjoy the show.
Welcome to the 360 Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Adrian Pillin, alongside my guy, Mr. Robert Alfonso, baseline, the sideline. We have two special guests today, Gainesville High School, Robert Reisman and Eli Pitts. Both of these guys had a crazy game at the Lanierland tournament. Both of these guys took home the MVP trophy. They beat Cherokee Bluff in an outstanding game. Let's talk a little bit about that, guys. We can start first with Eli. Let's talk about the game that y'all had over the weekend.
I would say we had a pretty good weekend. The first two games weren't really, I would say, like as challenging as the championship, but they helped us get ready for the championship to win it.
Eli, do you feel like, I know you guys, didn't play your best that you thought anyway.
Right.
Could you just talk about how that forced you guys to focus going into the finals? Because sometimes, as players, you can be cruise controlling it in terms of, man, I ain't going to worry about these two because even potentially on our worst day, we're going to advance.
Right. Well, we kind of we didn't play good against Cherokee Bluff, but we had enough experience to handle the adversity, get through the runs, and come out with the win. And then in the first few games, we knew we were better than the teams, but we had to make sure not to be on cruise control and handle business.
Gotcha.
What about you, Reisman? I know the first quarter, y'all was blowing them out. Y'all was up by, I think, as many as 14 or 15. And then in the second quarter, Cherokee Bluff started cutting into that lead, and they made it a game at halftime. How was you feeling going in at halftime?
Well, throughout all the time I've played for Coach Graham and played for Gainesville, he always made it important that we know that basketball is like a game of runs. So no matter how good the team is or how good we are, somebody's gonna make a run at some point in the game. And he has us ready for that. He just wants us to just keep playing no matter what the other team does or how we're doing. He says just keep going, keep playing.
And Rob, could you just talk about, the game with Chestatee? I mean, they really pushed you guys somewhat up against the wall a little bit. They were trying to shoot with you guys, and they came out hot and smoking. And obviously, going based on that run that you were talking about, what was the things going through your mind? And then eventually, when you guys got collectively on the floor to talk to each other every now and then during turnovers or out of bounds, how to approach this?
Well, personally, I wasn't really worried at any point in the game because I knew that if we just did us and just do we know how to do, we were gonna be fine. But varsity teams can shoot, so.
Gotcha. Now, when you guys think about over the span of the history of Lanierland, you guys have gone and captured the 5th straight title. I know there was a lot of chatter, a lot of discussion prior to the tournament, even the season, that you guys wouldn't get that. How much did that play in the role in the way you guys approached Lanierland, especially the championship game, either one of you guys?
I wouldn't say it made me approach the game differently. It just made me have a will to want to beat Cherokee Bluff more because of the talk.
Okay.
It makes sense.
No, I listen. Some people got to learn how to cash checks differently. Rob, what about you? I mean, because like I said, there was a few times that I could just see the swag and the bounce in your step to really you guys, A, playing at home, but B, more importantly, you guys weren't about to even allow them to feel that they were going to have a chance to not allow you guys to make history.
Yeah, well, playing at Gainesville, it always seems like everyone's against us, kind of, no matter who it is. So, just coming together and everyone doing their part. We were getting everybody was trying us, talking about we're not gonna get the fifth one, all that type of stuff. And yeah, it's just fuel to the fire and just motivate us that much more to take care of business.
And let's just be real. I mean, because COVID, we all experienced COVID. I mean, we're unfortunately went through it and we're still going through it. But talk about how somewhat disappointing not having the fans in there this year, where you guys really could. I mean, granted, your families, your immediate families were there. Obviously, it's memories of a lifetime you'll never be able to duplicate. But talk about not having Amen Corner there, not having, the entire community behind you, and actually even all of Hall County there to watch the tournament as well as the championship.
Yeah, before the season, Coach Graham was talking to me and Eli, and he was actually telling us all the stuff we're gonna have at home this year. So we're supposed to have Region at home this year and Lanierland. So we were real excited. We were talking about how deep the gym was going to be at Gainesville and how much fun it was going to be. And then the whole Corona thing struck. So, I mean, not having fans, is disappointing. And, I mean, sure, we would have liked everyone to be there. But, I mean, we still got to play. And that's the most important thing.
Absolutely. And Eli, you probably delivered one of the most picturesque dunks of the season. And I know probably some people, when they see you walk through the gym, probably don't anticipate that. And what was the play? Now, don't tell me what the play was called, but how did you make contact in terms of, go ahead, throw that thing up there?
Actually, we had run this play earlier in the game in the first half, and I was supposed to cut on that one, but the lane was clogged up, so I stayed back for a three. And so we ran it again, and then Corey had called out that I was going to stay at the top. So then I knew the lane was going to be open. So I looked at the point guard. I gave him a little signal, and then boom.
Boom time it is, absolutely.
On his dome, yeah.
On his dome.
Hey, listen, you know what? And again, those things are momentum changers. And Robert, even yourself, a few times you caught some highlights. You finished, I believe, in about 23 points on the night or so. And I'm apologize if I'm wrong on it, but just talk about how the rhythm you were starting to feel in that game and just how you were going about the approach of the game.
Well, yeah, like I said, how we were kind of motivated extra by everybody's talk and stuff. So I just came out telling myself play hard, just do what you do. And then I had a pretty good first quarter, and that kind of just set it off, and I just fed off that the rest of the game. So yeah, it was good.
Great job. Hey, you guys, 15 games in now?
Yes, sir.
Now, at this point, obviously, you guys have played a strong schedule. I mean, you're talking about having played Denmark, who obviously is in your region. You guys were able to beat them in that sense. Talk about that and being able to get that particular win. I mean, all the teams in Forsyth County are pretty solid or fairly decent, but talk about just getting Denmark, because I know they've had some success and they got some quality players in team.
You going, Robert?
Playing them and beating them.
Yeah, I'll go. Well, last year they came and played us at our house, and they kind of beat up on us a little bit. So yeah, I mean, of course it was good to get that back, but we're still going to probably see them 2 or 3 more times. So we're still focused on that.
Oh, no, absolutely. You guys opened the season at the North Georgia Showcase and unfortunately dropped one to Collins Hill.
Dropped bad too.
I mean, I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. But my question to you is, what adjustments have you guys made as a team, as a group, as you guys as seniors? What adjustments have you guys made, and even what adjustments have Coach Graham made to make certain that, A, you're a little bit more focused possibly, but B, more importantly, that if you're going to lose, that the team needs to be potentially that much better than you. I mean, and I know you guys had a slip up in the region, but I'm not going to discuss that right now. I just want to know how you guys had to basically readjust.
Well, basically, since that game, we didn't really have good energy that game. So we made it the key to, like, make sure our energy's up by making, like, high energy plays and not letting our energy die out. But we also have been pressing a lot more since then. I think that also helps us get energy.
Do you guys feel that forcing the tempo activates you guys? I mean, as not only just as players, but as a team?
Yeah, I would say we do better running down, playing like a fast game, up tempo.
Guys, yeah. Well, I mean, and obviously having you two as well as Jimmy and the slew of other guys that you guys have associated with your program, that you guys have known each other forever. You know, you guys have played with each other not only through elementary, possibly through middle school, certainly, and of course through high school and definitely in the travel season. How much do you feel that that's helped you guys thus far, not only this season, but in your career?
Oh, I would say it helped a lot. Just knowing, like, what they're going to do, like, being ready for, like, their signature moves, I would say. Just, like, chemistry. I guess over time you just get to know what they do, and it helps out a lot.
Okay. Robert, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, playing with the guys we've been playing with forever, it helps in a majority or in a lot of ways. Like, especially in the locker room, you know, no one really gets into it. No one really has big egos or is selfish. You know, we all play to win, play together. So yeah, it's good. It's fun.
Nice.
I have a question for both of y'all guys right now. So I'm impressed with y'all, the style of play that y'all playing, and just how y'all boys, both of y'all, improved on y'all game from y'all junior year to y'all senior year. I want to know from both of y'all, what have y'all learned from Coach Chuck Brown? Because what I've seen over the weekend, man, Chuck is a great coach, man. He just changed the whole style of Gainesville basketball. And I see everybody buying in, from the coaches to the assistant coaches to the players to everybody, man. What have y'all learned from Coach?
Yeah, Coach is not a hard man to follow. Like, he's definitely the best coach I've ever played for. So he knows what he's doing. He knows, like, when he's doing it, and he's doing it. We all know he's doing it to win. So we listen to him, and we know that what he says is in everyone's best interest. So I mean, it's been great playing for him.
What about you, Pitts?
One thing I really took away from Coach Graham is, like, no matter what you're going through, you're gonna be straight. Like, just fight the adversity, and you're gonna be all right. Like, he preaches that.
Do Chuck, do he step in and practice with y'all sometimes?
Nah, he don't be hooping.
You don't have it anymore?
Nah, he says he's just trying to shoot. He don't be trying to hoop no.
I respect it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of coaches who try that, end up in the little toy that they give them for the ACL.
Yes, sir.
But guys, there's you know, when you talk about energy, you guys have mentioned a lot of energy stuff. How was it going to the Lemon Street Classic? How did that help you guys? Because you guys played two very good teams, or tough teams, one in Tucker and one in Columbia, to you know, and obviously walked away 1-1. Talk about playing those two styles of basketball has played into you guys' 4-game win streak right now. Yes, no.
Well,
You got it.
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I would say, like, at Tucker, we didn't have no energy at all. It was like the gym was dead. We was not playing good, but then we made a little run in the third quarter that I wouldn't say helped us because we got beat, but that game definitely helped us beat Columbia because Columbia we were down about 10 at half, I think, and then in the third quarter we made a run. We didn't give up. We just kept playing.
Yeah, because I mean, and I can understand the Tucker game. It was the first game of the day in the middle school gym
Yeah,
at
and we had
12:30 in the afternoon
yeah we
on
had
like a
a game that night.
on
but-
like a Tuesday or something. Right? Like, it was probably if there couldn't have been a worse time to be able to start, it would have been at 9 o'clock in the morning with nobody in the gym.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
But I mean, since then you guys have rattled off again 4-game win streak. You guys are off for a while, I believe, until this coming Friday.
Yes,
Yes,
Friday.
sir.
Yeah, you guys
That-
play. You guys host South Forsyth.
Right.
And since you guys have had some time off, you guys have, enjoying a little bit of Lanierland. How was the New Year's? How was being able to just kind of get some R&R right now before you really get into this real push of the season?
I mean, it's always nice to get some recovery, rest the legs. I was pretty tired after those three straight days of games.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, yeah, I've definitely benefited from getting some rest, but I'm ready to get back to it.
You was tired. The first 2 games was blue.
He forces them to play hard, man.
I'm just playing.
Playing for Coach Graham, you got to play hard, AP.
Yes, sir. I know. I'm just playing with you.
Yeah.
I do want to ask both of y'all this because Eli, you signed with Converse College, Converse College out of Spartanburg, South Carolina.
Yes.
How did that come about? Because I know Lander, my school that I graduated from, I know they was very interested in you, and I know some more schools was interested in you. How did this school come about?
Well, my AAU coach had put me in contact with him, and then he watched some of my games, and then he said he really liked me, and then he offered me to go on a visit, and then I went up to the campus, and I just loved it. There wasn't really anything I could say I didn't like about it. It just felt like home to me.
That's important because you got to be there for the next 4 years, possibly.
Yep.
Right.
And Robert, what about you? I know it's some schools very interested in you. The performance that you had the last game, you had 27 points in Lanierland, and the way you would just get to the cup, finish around the rim. Like I really feel like you can play at a big time school. Maybe not somewhere like Duke, but you can play. Like you can flat out ball. Improved on your game. What's your status right now?
Well, I'm still undecided, and I don't think I'm gonna make a decision until the springtime. So I'm kind of letting things, just take me where I need to go right now.
And what did Robert, in your case, what are you in particular looking for in the school? And when I say in the school, in the program, aside from them wanting you, and them really having a serious interest in you, what are you looking for in the school?
Well, what me and my parents have we discussed like before when the whole recruiting process started was I'm gonna pick a school where, I could come in and have a chance to make an impact and have a chance to play. And also, like, for the school part, I want to get good education. I want to go somewhere where I can enjoy, like, the full, like, college experience, just have fun for the next 4 years.
I can understand that. What do you want to study?
Business.
And what about yourself, Eli?
Probably business, but I've looked into physical therapy.
Okay, a little PT action.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that.
So Rob, you don't want to be a lawyer or a doctor like your parents?
No, that's too much school. It's too much.
Well, he could study business. He could study business law.
Okay, yeah. Maybe. It's up in the air right now. I don't know.
No, absolutely. Now let's have a little fun. Let's have a little fun time. You two have known each other for how long now?
4 years. All 4 years.
Yeah.
So you guys have only know you guys didn't play together in middle school or nothing?
No, I was at Lakeview.
Yeah.
All right. So then here's the funny part. Robert, what did you notice differently about Eli that you liked or didn't like about his game before he played with you?
Well, you talking about when we were freshmen?
Well, yeah, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Well,
We're turning back the hands of time here now.
Okay. Well, when I first kind of met Eli, like I think the first time I met him was at practice. Actually, it was like summer practice, and like I don't know what it was about it, but we had basically the exact same game our freshman year. I don't know, maybe it was because of our size and like our role on the team. Like we kind of like did the same thing. So I mean, it was interesting, to see someone kind of like you.
Gotcha. Eli, what about yourself in terms of Robert's game? I know you mentioned some similarities, but there had to be something that you noticed both differently that you liked or didn't like.
Oh yeah, he definitely shot the ball too much.
For a guy who could he? Oh, wait, my question is, could he shoot it then, or was he still struggling with it?
I was struggling with it.
He was struggling with it back then.
Yeah. And I got right now though.
He done got right now though.
Oh no, I can definitely see it. That's why I'm asking those questions.
Yeah.
Here's a question, another one. Who dunked it first? Who dunked it first?
Oh, Eli.
Eli had that
bounce.
Yeah.
If the bounce was a little closer, I'd say me, but he be flying. He got me beating them.
All right.
I do have two more questions from both of y'all. The next one, I'll keep it fun, just like how Rob doing it. If y'all play one-on-one right now, who would win?
Me.
I'm busting him, dunking on him and everything.
I'm busting you.
No.
Yes. No doubt.
And the last one for me. What did y'all learn? Because y'all been at Gainesville 4 years. So before y'all, it was KJ, Jabo, and that game came through. They was really good, really talented. And y'all was freshmen at that time, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So what did y'all learn from them, like by sitting on the bench and watching somebody like KJ and, before KJ, it was DeMarcus Simon and, Jabo and the twins. And, they just had a slew of players. What did y'all learn from them guys?
Go ahead, Rob.
Man, we learned a lot, saw a lot. But I say some of the main things was we learned how like everyone seemed like for them, but there was also a lot of people that were against them. So it's kind of like we kind of learned how to like carry ourselves on the court. Like they taught us by watching them. They taught us like how to carry ourselves like on the court and like don't take things personally, but like play with like this kind of anger and like dog mentality.
Right. Yeah.
In a sense.
Just not get as many texts.
Yeah, without the text. Okay.
Oh man, I'm going to say this. I've been around Hall County for a long time, not as long as others, but that Gainesville team with DeMarcus, the last one with KJ and them when they lost in the state championship game, that might have been one of the best Gainesville teams I ever seen. One of the best teams in Hall County I ever seen from top to bottom. I mean, Benji had 15 guys and all 15 guys could play. It was unreal. But I just wanted to ask y'all that question. Rob, what you got?
I know as having been a reporter with the Times and being in the area for about 10 years or so, I can honestly say that in terms of talent on paper was clearly one of the better teams ever assembled. Obviously there's always dynamics to when you make a run like that, and getting to the state finals is never easy. And, sometimes things happen, and but that group of guys, when I saw DeMarcus was coming into town, I was like, ooh, the hurricane done came through the building. You know what I mean? Because DeMarcus is a different kind of energy. You know what I mean? You guys talk about energy. DeMarcus is definitely, and obviously the way KJ turned out. So I would have to agree with you. Of course, I wasn't here when the last boys state championship was. And I don't think he was born yet either. And if he was a youngin'. But their last boys state championship, they obviously had a good crew, so they'll probably have a little bit of debate about that. But I would say that group that they had with KJ and them was probably the best assembled.
That's why I said one up. I ain't say the best. I know how people get about this about the subject. So, but guys, man, I appreciate both of y'all for jumping on the show today. Appreciate y'all, man. Good luck in the rest of y'all season. Hopefully, this season will end in a positive note for everybody. Just keep going hard and just stay focused and listen to Coach Chuck Graham because he got some good stuff going on over there. Y'all two guys are the leader of this program, and just keep it up, guys.
And stay masked up.
Yes,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Appreciate y'all
Thank you
guys.
guys for jumping on.
Hey, be good. Be safe.
See you.
Appreciate y'all.
Yep.